Hey everybody, welcome back to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with my co-host AD. Let's get right into these stories. All right, guys, so today we got to talk about T.I. challenging 50 Cent to a rap battle. We got to talk about Kodak Black apologizing for his Nipsey Hussle comments over a year ago. We got to talk about the fact that Ralo has been granted bail bond after being locked up for almost 2 years. And, of course, Juice WRLD's much-anticipated posthumous album is dropping tonight. Let's get into these stories. First story. So T.I. wants all the smoke with 50 Cent. He is going after him on social media for the past week, hoping to get a versus battle set up between the two. T.I. wished 50 Cent a happy birthday in an Instagram video and used the occasion to challenge him. He went as far as tagging Swizz Beatz and Timbaland to help get things going. 50 immediately responded to T.I. referencing Ice Cube's Friday movie, writing, "Yo, somebody passed T.I. the weed they gave Smokey on Friday, LOL." In a response, T.I. made a lengthy video rant where he explained that he was not scared to take on 50 Cent and his catalog. He later continued the conversation when he sat down with All Def's Roast This and revealed that 50 Cent wasn't his first choice. Play the clip.
To be honest with you, man, I want Jay, nigga. Who can see Jay sitting down doing a fucking versus battle? If I'm a billionaire, I'm not finna do that either. But you know what I'm saying? Me and 50 ain't that far off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as our confidence, as far as our bankroll go, like, we kind of neck and neck, whether the motherfuckers know it or not. And another thing is personality. I need somebody who has a personality that won't be so intimidated by my bravado.
He goes on to explain.
I don't care who sold how many records. I don't care who got number ones. Whether that means I'm up. Like, I got more number ones and less number ones, more records sold, less records sold. I'm caring about that. I think my catalog is doper. T.I.
got his response from 50 Cent when Fifth posted a clip of T.I. on Crime Stoppers. In the caption, he wrote, "Why you make me do this? This is the first song I'm playing. You so tough. TOS." T.I. reposted 50's acknowledgement and took the opportunity to tag Timbaland and Swizz Beatz so that they could lock in a battle in a lengthy message, writing, "I'll take this as an acceptance of the catalog challenge. We got him. He bit the bait. Set this shit up so I can finally shut this watermelon head, invisible neck ass up once and for all." He went on to address the Crime Stoppers clip by saying, "As far as this clip goes, it's cute, old, outdated, and in poor taste, much like your catalog, 50 Cent. However, I prefer facts, and the fact remains, I have never given any information to any form of law enforcement at any time in life to get anybody anytime for any crime. Supreme told me to ask 50 Cent if he can say the same." Ooh. He ends his message with, "Well, that's all I have to say about that. So let's set this date and select your songs off of that one hot album you got, and let's lay your little overrated, outdated, steroid-inflated ass catalog to rest. RIP to 50 Cent's catalog. I seen you bully all them NY dudes for years. Not the king, though. You got the right one. Hashtag bring me the bully." T.I. continues to troll 50, sharing a screenshot from a tweet that read, "I'm having a discussion in the group chat, and bruh, 2008 was a crazy year for rap. Carter 3, 808s and Heartbreak, The Recession, and Paper Trail all came out that year." In the caption, T.I. wrote, "50 Cent, what did you drop this year? What were you and your catalog contributing to the culture this year? Where were you?" 50 Cent has since deleted the Instagram post that he made regarding T.I. All right, you know how you don't want to ever acknowledge that somebody could beat your dad up? That's kind of how I feel about 50 Cent and the whole G-Unit movement. It was such a big, pivotal part of my childhood, and I was always a big T.I. fan too. I got nothing against T.I. I love T.I.'s music as well, but to me, 50 Cent is like one of the greatest hit makers in the history of rap, and I don't want to acknowledge that anybody could take him out.
Don't count Tip out, bro. Tip got a lot of records. People tend to forget from like 2003 all the way up. He's been very consistent dropping records.
I think that's probably one of the things that does work in T.I.'s favor, is that I think he was a top rapper longer. Like his career, he even says when he's attacking 50, he says like 2008, where were you? The 50 Cent run was very much like 2001, and then by maybe 2006, 2007, once he got to his third album, that's when he kind of started to lose steam. With those first two albums and that mixtape run, I know nobody cares about the mixtape run when it comes to like a hit battle. I care about it too. For me, Guess Who's Back was kind of like the definitive 50 Cent project. I love Get Rich or Die Trying, but Guess Who's Back, that mixtape, that was an incredible era. It kind of collected a lot of the mixtape stuff.
That was the one.
Is that you, Ja? If he came with that kind of energy, man, like that really is the question, and that's why I actually want this to happen, is I want to see what 50 Cent thinks are the tracks to bring to the table.
T.I. got records, man. 50 got records too. It's not going to be as cut and dry as everybody think it is. And I think that would be a very entertaining versus. So we got to see that. Hopefully it happens.
This is the thing too, is that when you see these rappers come together to do these battles, the strategy is almost more interesting than who has more hits. Because like in the Jadakiss and Fab battle, everybody was saying like Fabulous did not come with the right songs if he wanted to beat Jadakiss, so it ended up seeming very, very one-sided. Like Jadakiss, I think, in the opinions of most people, took that battle, but it was like a decision based on like what songs you want to put up against what songs. So like from 50 Cent's perspective, but 50 is just such the king troll. It's so hard for me to imagine anybody being able to take him out. I don't know, man.
My favorite was Lil Jon and T-Pain. That was the best one so far to me.
What's that?
They had the versus battle.
Oh, you mean the battle? I'm trying to think of a Lil Jon, 50 Cent, T-Pain song.
They probably have one.
They probably should exist, yeah.
Next story. Kodak Black shared the image of Nipsey Hussle on his Instagram page and wrote a lengthy apology for the comments he made about Lauren London last year following Nipsey's death. Shortly after Nipsey Hussle's death last year, Kodak wrote, "Lauren London, that's my baby though. She about to be out here single. She's fitting to be a whole widow out here. I'll be the best man I can be for her. I'll give her a whole year. She might need a whole year to be crying and shit for Nipsey." Kodak Black is now taking accountability for his comments and apologized for what looks to be a poem or song lyrics. Willing to accept when I'm wrong and stand firm when I'm right. The whole world know your example was a guiding light. I pray your fam light and accept this humble apology in my kite.
AD, how do you feel about this apology?
You know, I respect him being a man and apologizing because it takes a lot for somebody. You know what I mean? Especially how much Nipsey means to us. You know, just to hear that coming from Kodak, showing that he's grown up, he's being a man about it. I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it too, but I think it also says a lot about who Kodak is, that we live in the age of you say something slightly offensive and you are expected to respond and apologize within, 6-8 hours, whatever. Kodak said something that realistically was incredibly offensive, and he took his sweet ass time. He waited a year, he had a nice long think about it, and then he finally apologized, which I think it says a lot that we even kind of accept that we accept that Kodak is a different type of dude. He operates on his own time. But at the end of the day, I mean, of course, it's only right that he make things right in this regard because...
I mean, time went by, and to where a lot of people didn't forget about it, but still is like, it's been so much time going by that, just the fact that you would even address that shows that, I respect it. You're a better man. Rock with it.
And I even saw an interview with YG that they already did since this happened, since the apology came out, and they asked YG how he felt about it, and YG said that he wanted to speak to the family first to see if they accepted the apology, but in his opinion, Kodak's a real one, so he was prone to accepting the apology. So
I respect it.
I like seeing the growth in Kodak Black, even if it takes him a year. All right, next story. Ralo was granted a $250,000 bond on his federal drug case. According to court documents obtained by XXL, the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Georgia, Atlanta Division, granted him a $250,000 bond, allowing him a chance to come home. He is scheduled to sign his release paperwork today, and he will be placed on supervised release. Ralo has been locked up for almost 2 years since the arrest on federal drug charges in 2018. The court documents state that he is required to live at a designated rental property, and he is restricted to 24-hour-a-day lockdown at the residence, except for medical necessities, court appearances, or other activities specifically approved by the court. Additionally, he is required to submit to location monitoring as directed by the pretrial services and comply with all the program's requirements and instructions provided. Ralo will also be limited in his contact of other people through any cellular device, telephone number, email account, etc., etc. A few days ago, a message was posted to Ralo's Instagram with the caption promising that he is better and wiser. My hood need me. The streets need me. I'm sorry I'm not able to lead my people to the straight path because of my situation. I promise I'm better. I promise I'm bigger. I promise I'm wiser. The moment they release me, I will change the world. Hashtag free Raw. Ralo. So Ralo, free, back on the streets. This is the opposite of the 6ix9ine situation because apparently there was the opportunity for him and everybody else in his crew to tattle on each other, and apparently that did not take place. So unfortunately for them, he's back on the streets, but fortunately for us, we might hear some new Ralo music and get to actually enjoy the charisma and the energy that he was bringing to the rap game for those years that he was a star.
Yeah, I rock a Ralo, man. I met him in Atlanta one time, and the way he moves, man, real militant. And, his people respect him, and he takes care of his whole community. So it's good to have that man back on the streets. you know, like you said, he's bigger, he's better, he's gonna do the right thing. I believe him.
And you remember, like, the narrative that always comes out when these types of situations happen is like, oh, the feds got a 95% conviction rate. The feds, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is kind of a crazy example of how if you hold it down, you might have to sit on your hands for 2 years. But if you hold it down and you don't feel the need to rat on your homies, then you could have a good result as a result. And you know, I'm not like a street dude, but if you choose to, you know, allegedly be involved in a criminal organization where you're committing crimes, you got to have that loyalty towards each other. And this is kind of heartwarming to see that that's still a thing, because there's so many people that it just seems like it's expected that people snitch now, right?
Not with Ralo, though. I knew he'll hold it down. He held it down the right way. His people held it down the right way. And you see everybody coming home.
Juice WRLD's posthumous album, Legends Never Die, just dropped. We haven't actually heard it yet at time of recording, but Lil Bibby has already confirmed that a deluxe edition of the album might be on the way, saying, damn, like it seems y'all really want more songs on the album, so I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want, because I know Juice would probably do the same. I see the list and recommendations of the songs y'all want too, so if we go crazy on the first week, then I'm gonna give y'all the deluxe too. Deal? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be listening to the Juice WRLD album tonight, the moment that it comes out. I was a little bit surprised when I heard the Juice WRLD and Marshmello track, as well as that Juice WRLD and Halsey track, just because the Marshmello one had the bridge that was like whenever they take like one of the dead homies like vocals and put it on a song that has like the weird clapping thing going on, I get a little bit scared. But I guarantee that the album is gonna have a whole lot of hot shit, even if they needed to come with the, you know, club bangers.
You on the album too, right? Huh? You on the album too, right?
Ooh, I heard, allegedly, I did get an email. I guess people have probably heard it by now, but there's like a snippet of the interview that me and Thug did, which more now than ever, I wish that we had actually had proper audio for that interview, because we had to like subtitle it. But I heard that there's a clip of me and Thug talking about him on the record, which, I mean, that's a crazy honor, just to think that people are going to be listening to this record and just being reminded. I mean, I don't know. I'm just crazy honored. I don't even know what to think
Adam's
about that.
Being modest, y'all.
I'm proud that, you know, any kind of content that I could do, because when you do an interview, you expect it to have a certain kind of shelf life, but then to have it be included on an album that this album is going to stream forever, like the craziest, biggest numbers ever. I don't know. It's a real honor, to be honest. And Thug, to have been talking to a legend like Thug on that is crazy. So, you know, rest in peace, Juice WRLD, everybody. I know he didn't necessarily have the hood bars that maybe an AD would be looking for.
No, Juice WRLD was fire.
You're a fan?
Freestyle.
I don't know if we ever talked about him.
Bro, freestyling wise, Juice was spitting, bro. He was one of the young ones that like really was freestyling and can keep going. So I knew he can really, really rap.
All right, YouTubers, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Please like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you tune in next time we drop one of these. Go follow AD on Instagram too. He needs a little clout.